And then time goes by. They're like, oh, when are people going to start building up? Nothing. Time goes by more. Nothing. And then they find out it was a scam. They got scammed.
Basically. Hi, my name is Amy.
Hi, I'm Lenan.
And welcome back to Bingeable Beans.
Are you guys ready to stay up all night and talk about When Life Gives You Tangerines, Part 3?
So, there's this little girl. Her mom dies. No one's by her side. Except this little boy whose only goal in life is to be with her. So much so, he swam across the ocean for her. Next thing you know, she's popping out babies. Things are up. But life throws tangerines at them. Nevertheless, they take those and grow sweet tangerines.
So, just for reference, we're gonna call Esun, Sunny, Kwonsik, Simp, and their son, Sam, and their daughter, May. May is married to the artist. Sam is married to Honey. And Honey's parents are Old Captain and Old Captain's wife.
Did you get
Just
that?
for reference. So, I want to start off by talking about the Old Captain.
The old captain.
The one that had an attitude at the beginning.
Couple words. Horrible dad. Horrible husband. Horrible person. Horrible, she said. But he made Honey. His daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the Old Captain, he was horrible. His ending was deserved, right? But towards the end, I had a little empathy for him, or a little sympathy. Yeah.
I felt different. I did feel somewhat bad, but it made me cringe because, hear me out, I can't help but to think when I watch scenes with him, he's just so bad. It's just no.
You can't overlook it.
Yeah, there's no going back. Like you treat your daughter like shit. You treat your wife like a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you just horrible to whomever like crosses your path. Like he's so negative, so bitter. There's like a lot of things about him, like narcissist. He thinks like he's the shit, like he's own everything and everybody owes him. I don't know. It's just a list, that I can't overlook. And the show turns out that like we start to feel bad for him, right? But I cringed and I couldn't watch it. I skipped it.
I mean, how I saw it, I like that they added his character in because he had a lot of character development. It kind of shows that it's never too late to change. Yes, he didn't fully change, but he was aware, at least towards the end, because his life was just so miserable. How could you not notice? How could you not be aware at that point? You know what I mean?
Wait, can I say something about that? The only reason I feel like bad people turn out, to try to be better is because they realize like, oh shit, my life is bad. It's only because they are bad. They're like, wait, I need to do something,
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because I feel like out the womb, he's just horrible.
Yeah.
Until like life started to like catch up to him and like, he's like, oh, it's my fault. Like, this is my doing. Like, I need to change.
Yeah. It like clicked in his head that, especially the one scene that it really clicked in him was whenever he was with Simp and he saw that Simp had new shoes. He was like, what's that? And then Simp was like, oh, I don't know, my kids gave it to me. I wear whatever they give me. And he's like, your kids give you shoes? And then Simp is kind of giving him life advice, which is kind of a little bit ironic, a little funny, because mind you, Captain is older than him, like significantly older. And back in the day, the Captain used to bully Simp, but now Simp has no bad blood with him, no resentment. He's not petty. He's just, he probably feels bad for him too. He's like,
he even let him like wear his shoes.
Yes, oh my gosh, that scene was so funny to me. He's running around like a little kid. He's like, wow, these shoes are nice,
bouncing around the shoes.
Yes. He's probably like, oh, like I wish I had kids, that gave me shoes like this. And he's realizing, oh, dang, it's because also he's hearing what simp is telling him, and he sees what simp does for his wife too.
Yeah,
that's a big thing. Yeah, and he do that, right? He was like, oh, I wish my kid gave me shoes. Honey, his daughter, right?
Yeah.
Obviously had this resentment towards him, and because Honey is married to Simp's son, that's how they have this correlation. That's why they keep showing the captain and the wife.
Oh, a little thing about it, right? You didn't mention this part, but Sunny was not supposed to marry Simp. Actually, she was supposed to get with and marry with the captain, but things fall through. They went on one blind date and she just couldn't take it, and she married Simp. That's where it's the weird thing where
They're
now
like connected.
Yeah, it's now that they have kids now. Captain has a kid and Simp and Sunny have a kid. Their kids marry each other.
Yeah.
And it's this kind of funny thing. They're like, they don't like stop them, but they're like, this is weird.
The mom was happy. Captain's wife was happy because if you remember back in the day, whenever Sunny caught the wife at that dancing club thing,
Right.
she was with that daughter with Honey, and she was like telling the wife, the old captain's wife was telling Sunny, oh, like, I want my daughter to marry someone like your husband.
Like Simp.
Like Simp, yeah. So it works out perfectly, Honey married Simp's son, which is, basically
What she wanted?
what she wanted because, like father, like son.
I
think.
wouldn't say I don't think Simp and Sam are the same though.
I'm just saying the same in the sense of the way they love their woman. They
Lover
were down
boy.
bad. They're a
Yeah.
lover boy. But no, they were very different. And that stems from the way Sunny and Simp raised them. He always felt number two against his sister,
Yeah.
May.
Yeah. That I have to say, because May was their first child, first daughter, a splitting image of her mother, and did everything what Sunny wanted to do. Like, I'm not saying like, oh, it's kind of valid, but that's the only word I could find that May was the number one. And even though that is the case, right? May could be like actually number one. Like, it's valid for her to be number one and be the favorite child. You're not supposed to treat like your kids, like if you have multiple kids, like there's one favorite, because the other ones are gonna feel neglected, and that's what Sam felt.
Yeah. It's a really tough spot though, because the parents, Sunny and Simp, really tried their best, with what they had. Obviously they did not do that on purpose, neglecting their kid. But the thing is, whenever, especially at that young age, anything a parent says or does, the kid will remember forever.
Yeah.
Like whenever Sam, he's older at this point, right? And he got blamed for a crime. And he's in jail now for a little short period. His parents are obviously mad at him, right?
Yeah.
His parents are saying, how could you do this? This is that. But he kind of blows up on them. He's like, I've always felt number two. I did this because of you. I was trying to change. I was trying to be number one for once. This, and that. And he has this full kind of resentment towards them.
Yeah.
Right? And
That happens a lot.
it does happen a lot with kids because he remembers those little moments. He holds that with him forever. Those little moments that his parents pushed him away for his sister.
Yeah.
Even though maybe there were good moments. But it happened so much over time. Like, it continuously happened. It wasn't, just a few times when they were young.
Yeah.
No, it continued. Even when they're both him and May are full-blown adults, it's still happening.
Yeah.
So, of course, he holds this resentment towards his parents. And he's blowing up on them, kind of throwing jabs at his mom, right?
Yeah, she starts bawling, crying. No. I think they're not bad parents at all. I feel like every parent, this is saying it's their first time being a parent, you know? So I think as a kid, as their heart, you need to understand, and he does. He's like, he feels bad for them at the same time. He doesn't blame them at all. I think he knows that they don't do it on purpose. But yeah, they're if anything, Simp and Sunny are great parents. Like, they're doing everything they can and think what it should be done. But I think they just, you know, this is their first time parenting, you know?
Yeah.
He understands that at one point, because he said, like, he starts remembering.
Yes. It was right after that jail scene where his parents sold the boat to get him out. And he was like, you guys sold the boat. That's when it kind of clicked in his head. And he's remembering these other moments as well. Because, so, Sunny and Simp sold the house for May. But they sold the boat for Sam.
Yeah, which is crazy because, I mean, selling the house is crazy too, but that boat got them to a lot, and Simp was so attached to it, like, all his life. Like, he was a fisherman, and that got his family up, and then it's like kind of similar to when you get attached to a car, but it's like him with the boat, he had to sell it, you know. And I think, yeah, and Sam, like, saw that, he's like, why would you sell the boat? Like, why?
Yeah.
He's like emotional, but yeah, like you said, he started remembering the moments where they did do things for him. Like, Simp, like, had, and because when he was very little, Sam, he never got a birthday party like his sister. But during that time, his younger brother passed away for some reason. We don't know why he died, and the parents are obviously devastated. They can't get themselves to get up and do anything, so obviously they can't throw him a party. And all Sam could remember is like, oh, like, they didn't throw me a birthday party. But he had forgot that Simp did, like, take him out to eat, right?
Yeah, later. And, you know, from a parent's POV, it could definitely seem like you're so spoiled. Your parents just lost you just lost a sibling while you were, but when you're a little kid at that age, they don't really understand the depth of that situation, that of a death, of losing a sibling, you know what I mean? He's just thinking, it's my birthday, usually my birthday, we're supposed to celebrate, you know?
Yeah.
And for them to just push him away, he's gonna remember that forever, that the being pushed aside feeling.
Yeah.
And then his grandma telling him basically to suck it up, like, that affects you. He will hold that with him for the rest of his life. Like, the parents, they don't think about that moment on the daily, but the kid, like, every single time he probably thinks about that, you know what I mean?
Didn't you say something about how words affect, like, the kid deeply?
Yes.
Either, like, positive or negatively, right?
Yeah.
Did you want to say, like, the phrase, what did he say? Simp said something like,
So yeah, words affect kids negatively and positively, right? For Sam, there were a lot more words that affected negatively that held with him, right? But a more positive one is what Simp consistently said to May. Ever since she was a little kid, it started off like little things, like races, and then it was final exams, and etc., etc. Every single time he said, if it's too difficult, you can't do it, just run back. I'll be here. You know, yeah, and it started from little things. Just, it was a simple little race at school, and then it became her exam to get into college, and then her having to leave to Seoul, basically living on her own, you know. It's so comforting.
Yes, and I think that's why May is the way May is. She is not only smart like her mom, but she's, like, confident in herself because her parents, like, words of affirmation, like her dad saying, like, if things fall apart, I'll pick it up for you. And I think that gives, like, anyone, like, confidence, because, like, they know they can rely or fall back on someone, and that's her dad.
Yeah, I feel like another hot take on that, though, is it's like words of comfort, right? But sometimes his words of comfort ended up irritating her.
Why?
Just because, not because she was mad at them directly, but at the situation that she was in. She feels guilty for them. And towards the end of Simp's life, she actually says that. She's like, sorry for getting mad at you. Sorry for being frustrated with you. I wasn't actually frustrated with you. Like, she didn't mean it like that. You know what I mean? She was more frustrated at the situation at hand, how they don't have enough money for her to study abroad or this and that. And she's upset the fact that her parents have to go through so much for her. She feels like she's being selfish. She feels guilty for it. So she's kind of letting this frustration out back on the parents.
Yeah.
So it's a really back and forth thing where the parents are not to blame. They really tried their best.
Yeah.
And everything that they could have done with what they had.
Yeah.
And the daughter and the son, they're not to blame either. Because if anything, I relate to them. You know what I mean? I sympathize with them. It's very, very frustrating when you're in an awkward position.
Yeah.
Where your parents are doing everything for you and you feel guilty. And then you hear the same things over and over that eventually, because you're frustrated in life itself, you hear nagging and you just like blow up.
It's also like, yes, obviously Simp and Sunny also struggle too, but their kids also struggle too.
In different ways.
Yeah, in
a different
ways.
generation.
Yeah, we feel both sides. We understand both POVs, and they each side, parent and kids, see each other.
Yeah,
they're just like this whole frustration cycle. And speaking of parents, we see that May and her brother Sam have kids too. I just want to say a note that I noticed that I'm not saying they don't know how to parent. I feel like everyone, it's like their first time like parenting, right? I gotta give it to Sunny though. She's been parenting since she was like really young, so that played a part to why she's a good mother now, that she actually has her own kids. But when May, it was her turn to have a kid, right? She literally called her mom to come over to help her parent her own kid. Like, my POV, some people are like, oh, like you said, it was endearing. I think not. I think that's like, bro, that's your kid. Like, get it together. Stop throwing a tantrum. That's your kid. Like, what?
I said it was endearing because when Sunny grew up and she had kids, she didn't have anyone to fall back on or teach her how to parent. Her mom died. She's on her own. But now in this new generation, she's able to be there for May. And I saw her calling her mom as a very cute thing. Like, you'll always be your mother's daughter at heart. Even if you're old, you're 70. You know, like Sunny, for example, she still is calling out for her mom when she's old, has gray hair, wrinkly, and everything. So that's why I thought it was endearing. You know, it shows that, yes, she was literally throwing a tantrum too, but I think it's to exaggerate the fact that she is still her mom's daughter at heart.
I guess in that POV.
But that scene was so funny to me, though. I cannot get over that scene. Her mom showed up, and then Sunny showed up, and May was like, Mom, like, why is she doing that?
Yeah.
Pointing at her own daughter. It was so funny. Like, they're both having tantrums. And then the mom sweeps in and she knows exactly what to do. Mm-hmm. Sunny to the rescue. So sweet.
I just think like because like the generations, they have a bit more money now and they're a little spoiled. I think I have to like say nowadays that's how like it is, because life is a little easier. They don't know how to do things, I think, because Sim's and Sunny's life was like, you know, really bad.
Well, you know, the whole not knowing how to do certain things though was how Sunny and Sim purposely raised her.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because they grew up so poor and in so much struggle that they didn't want her daughter
to struggle
at all. Mm-hmm. So she didn't bother teaching her kitchen things as much because she didn't want her daughter to be in the kitchen in the first place.
Yeah, she didn't know how to scoop a ladle. Like, sorry, not scoop a ladle. Scoop with the ladle.
Yeah.
Scoop soup with the ladle.
Yeah.
Yep.
So in the Sunny's POV, she was doing the best. Again, like, she's doing the best that she could, you know?
Yeah.
But she wanted her daughter to not struggle. And that was her way of teaching that, is to not even teach her how to do certain things that she doesn't want her to do. Period. You know? Mm-hmm. And this is another thing that I wanted to talk about, is whenever May became a mother, and Sam as well, when they became parents, their POVs shifted. There's a new perspective now, you know? Whenever May went to give birth, she was like, how did my mom do this back in the day with 3 kids? There were no epidurals back in the day. She was like crying. She cried more. She's so funny. Mm-hmm. And then she also realized that her mom had to go to the hospital or whatever in a cart.
Yeah.
In like a wooden cart. She was like, how did my mom do that? And it's so cute, but it shows that as you get older, yeah, you'll understand your parents' perspective. Everyone has different perspectives. I think they're all valid.
Yeah, everyone is valid. Like, whenever, like, speaking of, like, Sunny and Sim, we see the scene where very heartfelt. They got a restaurant. Because, like, again, like, everyone's struggling, right? The family's still poor. They actually... Like, I think there's they go up and then down and up and down, but this one was like really down whenever May, she quit her job, her corporate job that they were so proud of her having. She moved to a studio apartment to start a business, and you know, starting a business, it takes a lot of money risk, you know, and whenever the parents found out, they're like, what the heck? And then the brother comes in, Sam comes in with broken fingers. They're like, Sunny could not take it anymore. She's like, what is wrong with you guys? Like, I'm gonna kick you guys all out. Like, you guys don't listen to me. I sound like a broken record.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was just so pissed that they were doing things that they weren't supposed to. Like, why would you start a business when you're broke as AF? And the brother... is it like he broke his fingers like crime or something?
No, he didn't even break. It wasn't crime. He was doing like doing outside work, side work kind of a thing. He was trying to make money. He was trying to help. He was trying to turn his life around.
Yeah, so struggling, right? And then that's when Sunny was crying, and that hit Simp. Like, he was like, I need to do something. And to make matters worse, Simp also starts a business.
Yeah.
He invests all his money in a business.
Well, he sold their precious field, their cabbage field.
Yes.
For this. So his solution to his daughter new debt that she's taking on
is to get more debt.
Yeah. To get more risk. I'm just kidding. It wasn't a debt because he sold the cabbage field, but he got to a point where I have to do something because they were at a low point where they don't even have a house anymore. They don't have a boat anymore. They're back to square one, basically, right?
Yeah.
And so then they get to this new shop that he claims is gonna do so good. He was promised that they're gonna build a golf course in front of it, and it's gonna attract so much business. And this plaza that everyone's opening. They get there.
Yeah.
There's nothing. And then time goes by. They're like, oh, when are people going to start building up? Nothing. Time goes by more. Nothing. And then they find out it was a scam. They got scammed.
Basically. I mean, could he have avoided it? Maybe. I think, like, when you're desperate, you're just like, I just need it, you know? And the guy's like, I guess pretty convincing. He gets unlucky, gets a empty ass plaza, like no shops around, like it's literally a ghost town around,
literally.
So yeah, they start off really rough, you know, everyone's like really stressed out, the whole family. The brother Sam is literally yelling at his dad like, why would you do this? But things turn around somehow now they're blessed with like a lot of business coming in. Like, I think good karma, like you said, people help him, and then it got really popular. Like, this really popular person made it popular, and it just kept like a domino effect. Like, things just kept going right for the shop to the point where it became an attraction, and other shops opened by to the plaza that was empty now was filled with other shops that are just opening up. And right next to their shop, it was like this woman was selling the exact same thing as them.
That's like when you know you succeeded.
Squid.
When you have people
copying you,
like influencer, hello, trendsetter. That the trendsetter that they were. Okay.
Right.
Exactly. Like they're so good that people are inspired by them to do the same thing and are a little jealous. That lady, you know, that was their enemy. That's when you know you succeeded. You haven't. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Right. You're not wrong. You're right.
Oh, God.
Their business does well. Very well. Everything's up again. And to me, I really love that scene because it's like, specifically, it's like their family business. You know, it's not like, oh, it's like May's business. It's not the brother. It's like the whole family working together to like save the whole situation.
Oh, I thought this is a random side note almost, but whenever they showed up early in the morning with a full van, and even the old captain showed up, I thought it was so cute. Oh, we didn't talk about this much before, but whenever they had the scene where the old captain was reading to his grandkid, it was both the grandpas together.
Oh yeah, that was so cute.
Like I said at the beginning, I was a little sympathetic towards the captain. So when I saw that, I was like, see, he's changing. Things are getting better for him. That's besides the point, though. The captain's not the main point.
No, yeah.
Speaking of main points, though, right? May, the daughter's story, was a very big part of the show.
Yeah.
However, it's still a subplot. It's still considered a subplot, right? Because the whole point of the show is to tell the life story of Sunny and Simp.
Yes.
Their full life cycle, right? And so adding in May's story, because May is just a reflection, an extension of them, if anything, right? So it tells us more about Sunny and Simp. That's why I think it is such a good detail. And I think the balance was done very well to where it ended up still being about Sunny and Simp. You know, they showed enough about the daughter, but it wasn't overpowering the fact that
it's still about Sunny and Simp.
Yeah, because in the ending, you know, it all made sense that it was about Sunny and Simp. It tied together. It completed the circle of whenever she published the poem, right? She did everything that she wanted, basically. Not as she planned. Obviously, things did not go as she planned.
Yeah.
But for one, Simp was able to keep his promise. He gave her what she wanted. One of the few things that he promised. You know, she became a poet. She even became a teacher too. You know? So that's just one of the beautiful details.
I would say the word everything fell into place. Yeah. Yes, it fell into place. Yeah, she became a teacher, a poet. No, she got a house, a boat, became a poet. She got kids and a teacher at one point. Like like everything fell into place. She got everything. Not like, I wouldn't say exactly what she wanted, but it was very content.
Yeah.
Yes.
Content is the perfect word for it.
Yes.
If they would have showed that she died at the end, I wouldn't have been too mad about that, because it was complete. Like, if anything, she could die peacefully now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She could leave the world peacefully, knowing that she accomplished everything that she wanted to accomplish. Her children are at a good place now. Content is the perfect word for it. And the show had beautiful details to show their full life circle, you know, show that it was complete, and like you said, everything fell into place. One of the details that I loved was whenever Sunny finished her poem and it got published, and it was read by this one editor. It was read and published by this one editor, right? And the editor was played by Sunny's mom. So it was like a representation of, because if you remember, right, a little before she published her poem, she went to the ocean and she was like, Mom, like, I hope you're reborn into this beautiful world. And this time when you're reborn, you have an office job with a desk, everything like you wanted, AC and everything. So the mom playing the editor, like, she got what she wanted. And she even said, she was like, I'm so proud of her. It was beautiful.
It was like something like she was reborn. Yeah, if you're confused, like she was reborn. It was like, it was going with the idea, what Sunny was saying. Her mom got what she wanted as well for her mom. So everything really is content, you know? Oh my gosh, when it zoomed up, panned up to show the face of the editor, and it was the mom, I was like, I was freaking out. I was like, oh my god, felt it in my heart.
Yeah,
that was very hard.
I was like, genius, whoever thought of that. whoever in the production team thought of that, genius.
Yes.
The show
felt complete.
And yeah, the show ends off with her poem being published.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought the whole show wrapped up beautifully. Whole show.
Yeah.
I have no complaints or anything.
It's like the title, When Life Gives You Tangerines. Use it for positive. Use it for the better. Use it for your benefit.
It's like the American saying of when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. So make the most of it, kind of.
Yes.
Don't let it hinder you.
And it's,
Keep working hard despite the fact things will turn around.
And they used tangerines because it was Jeju Island.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a culture, there's significance in there with the culture.
Mm-hmm. And you know what's sweet? It's based off a true story.
Yeah.
Like, I love that so much. Like, the show is so, like, heartfelt. Like, it was so, I would say, for some people, it's, like, relatable. And sometimes, like, the parenting and the trauma in between that. Oh, because I liked it because it was like emotional. Some people might think it's like boring because there's like not much going on. But if you don't have emotion or sympathy, I think that's why you don't like it. Yeah.
Yeah. And because that's the whole thing that it's based on, is a reflection of the real world, real life struggles, and you're supposed to relate to it's supposed to be relatable in a sense that it gives you hope in life. It reminds you of to be grateful for things that are close to you, that you already have. Either it be like the issues in the show were so bad that you're like, oh, I have it good.
Yeah.
Either that, or it just reminds you, it's like similar to how, you know, your situation is. You're like, oh yeah, like I should see them in a different light. Yeah. Oh, and that's another thing too, is it has different perspectives in there. You see the parents' perspective, but also the daughter's perspective too, which I loved. And that's how you could really relate to them. It's a person in general. Yeah. If you don't have emotion, maybe that's the problem. I'm just kidding.
Like, you're not human.
Yeah.
You're not human.
I'm just kidding.
Mm-hmm. Show's good.
Rating time. The first thing we're going to rate is execution.
Yes. Execution, I give it a 10. What am I thinking so hard?
I'm like, that was the best part about the show. I give it a 10. I give it a fat 10.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, because story was so beautifully written. There's so many literary elements.
Illiterates. Mm-hmm.
That there are a lot of messages that they displayed very well, and they captured us, the emotion.
Yes.
The casting portrayed the emotion so well. I don't even need to explain further. So moving on to the next thing, bingeability.
Okay, so in terms of bingeability, it's, I think people could agree with me. It was bingeable at first, but I think not things got repetitive or boring. That's not the case, but I'm saying it's not bingeable. Like, there's not a lot going on in terms of
I think
action.
it slowed down a little bit.
Yeah. But there's I don't know how to put
So
it.
yeah, what did you give it?
Oh, sorry, babes. I gave it a bingeable. I gave it a 5.
Really?
Yeah.
I still give it a 9.5 because I just related. Because every episode was so sad. I was like, oh my gosh, are they gonna get? You know, I don't know. That's just me personally.
What's the last one?
Overall,
because temperature. Overall, I give it an 8.
really? I give it a 10. I don't care. I give it a 10. It holds such a special place in my heart.
Yes, it's really good. Actually, 8.5. Let me I wanted to cry so many times.
Yeah, it hit home so many times too. So, you know, maybe other people, if it doesn't hit home to you, you feel different. But for me, it it hit home. They executed it well. The emotions, they got me. They got me real good. That's all I have to say.
They got her. They got her real good.
I lost to that. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Okay.
So
That wraps it up with this beautiful show. Time to go to have a beautiful night. A beautiful, peaceful, sleeping night. Right?
So close your eyes. Shut your mouth. Dream a dream. Dream us out. Dream, 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 dream.